What's up, guys? Welcome to Rogue Reviews. My name's Nolan, and it's finally here. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Before we get into this, totally spoiler-free review. I want to talk about the story as little as I can, so I'm going to give you guys just a general overview of what I thought of the movie, but no story details for you guys. So you guys can go in fresh as possible, because I believe that's the best way to see this movie, is just going in with a fresh set of eyes and seeing this absolute masterpiece that Rian Johnson has directed. So let's talk about that guy first, Rian Johnson. The man just kills it on every single level. His writing is hilarious. This is a funny Star Wars movie. I didn't think it would be funny. Everybody always expects the second one to be the darkest of the trilogy, and this one definitely has some dark moments, but the humor really shines through. Just the incredible action sequences he directs, and just he really gets these characters, which I love. He understands where they need to go, what boxes he needs to check with them, and also where to push these characters, which I loved. Everybody had their moment in the sun in this movie, which was awesome, which is a tough act to do with all the characters that are in these films. The performances in this movie were fantastic. Daisy Ridley as Rey continues to knock it out of the park. Adam Driver's Kylo Ren was fantastic, and I think the person that steals this movie the most is Mark Hamill. He's always gotten some flack for not being the greatest actor. Everybody's like, oh, Tasha Station to pick up some power converters, like all that stuff. Everybody thought he was really whiny in New Hope, but he really puts on a fantastic performance. And it really is the performance we wanted to see him have after the ending of Force Awakens. It's just unforgettable. Carrie Fisher, the late, great Carrie Fisher. I have to say, I think this is my favorite performance of her playing Princess Leia, General Leia now in these movies. I think she was just fantastic in this movie, and really a step up from her performance in The Force Awakens. The line that describes this movie the best in the trailers is Luke Skywalker saying, "This is not going to go the way you think." No matter how many theory videos, I made a couple, watched a ton, everybody, the spoilers that got leaked out and stuff, you're not prepared for what Rian Johnson does in this movie. It's just so different. Down to the very structure of how this movie is structured. It's not structured in any way that we've seen in a Star Wars movie before. And it was something that I was really refreshing and really just original and different that I wasn't expecting. And I really like that aspect of how this movie was structured overall. This movie's cinematography is out of this world amazing. I think it's the most beautifully shot Star Wars movie. Just all this amazing camera work that Rian Johnson puts into this movie is just incredible. I really enjoyed that. This whole movie is just a really well-made film. This movie is a slower Star Wars movie, but at the same time, when the action does hit, it hits. And it's just amazing, the camera work and everything that Rian Johnson does with all these fight sequences and everything. So good. But overall, guys, The Last Jedi was just a huge enjoyment. Just a huge joy of a movie that didn't go the way I thought it was going to go in all the best ways possible. That you think it's going to go this way, and then it goes another way. And you're just, at the end of it, you're like, maybe it didn't do what I wanted to do, but the way they did everything was the right way to do things. You'll see what I mean after you see the movie, but it's one of those movies where you didn't think you needed some certain things, then you got it, and you're like, all right, cool. And I mean, just for nostalgia and it's not as nostalgia based as The Force Awakens, and I think that's another thing coming out of this movie. Everybody's big complaint about The Force Awakens was it was too safe. It was too much like New Hope, and I can see those similarities. I'm not one of those guys that thinks that. I think it's very different from A New Hope. I can see where they took the general story arcs, but at the same time, that movie had to play it safe so this movie could follow, because this movie is so different from anything in the Star Wars universe before it. So that's what I love about this movie. It's unexpected and just amazing. So yeah, I think I'm going to give it a 10. Maybe I'm fanboying out. I don't really care. 10 for The Last Jedi. I want to go see it again. I'm going to go see it again tomorrow. And the next day. And the next day. Movie pass, guys. Worth it. Alright, guys. Did you guys see The Last Jedi? Comment below if you have. No spoilers in the comments. Be nice to other people. As always, make sure to subscribe to Rogue Reviews for more awesome content, guys. See you next time.